Hey everybody, I'm Belinda Sandor. Welcome to Lessons from the Cockpit. Let's get started. Hey everybody, Belinda Sandor here. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I am the founder of the VA Connection, where I coach and mentor established and aspiring virtual assistants to create, grow, and scale their VA businesses. And I work with my students in my free online classroom, my courses, and my coaching programs. So today I'm excited to be your host for Lessons from the Cockpit, where every week I come in live and share tactical and practical information about how to take your business to the next step, whether you've been in business for a while or you're just starting out. So I'd love to hear where you're coming in from. Oh my gosh, a lot of you are here. This is really exciting. So thank you for coming. And I'd love to hear where you are. So it looks like we have somebody from Fort Lauderdale. Hello from France. That's awesome. Come on in. Now we're streaming at all the places, as they say, all the places, and we're on 3 different places. On Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on LinkedIn, and we are on YouTube. And you guys, I'm having way too much fun. Greg, my husband, is making fun of me about how much fun I'm having optimizing our YouTube channel. So definitely check it out. Go over, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, like and share some of those videos. I've been making shorts every single day. I think I'm on day 37 or 38, and check them out, and check out our new banner that Mark and I did yesterday. Really fun. All right, good. So welcome and come on in. So today we're going to talk about mindset shifts for learning new skills. Okay. It's kind of a tricky thing, learning new skills, because we have so much stuff in our head, right? We have so much stuff in our head. So today we're going to sort of tease it out. I mean, I think of it like, well, you can think about it like, a knot in your hair kind of, and we're just going to tease it out until it's straight and fabulous and so that it makes sense, Okay, good. So let's see where you guys are coming in from. So we've got Fort Lauderdale. Hello, Kat. Good morning. We've got Melanie from France, Susie from Copenhagen. We've got Lapita from Sydney. It's late there. Wow. Virginia. Weena wants to know, are we hiring virtual assistants? Not right now. Hello, Tina. Our team is full, but thank you for asking. Tina is in Germany. Deborah is in Texas. Love the shorts. Good. Thank you. It's been so much fun. And, I really pulled from that experience in today's talk, because the thing is that those were not comfortable for me. Literally, just like I tell you guys to do certain things, for years, sometimes before you do them, that was the same with me. People are like, you gotta do videos. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And today we're gonna deconstruct that. Okay. Oh, interesting. So Talara says no sound on Facebook, so I have YouTube running on another tab for the sound. Okay, good. Who knows? Who knows? Hello, Amy from Texas. Tristy from Billings, Montana. Hello from Nairobi, Kenya. Becky's in Tennessee. And all right. And somebody says they have found the sound. Okay. All right. Good. Technology, we think it's like this like science. It's not. It's like a bunch of stuff that's all connected in crazy ways, and you never know what's going to work. Okay, good. All right, so I want to tell some of you I know are new. I haven't seen your names before, so I want to introduce myself. But please add any questions you have to the chat. I'd love to answer them as we go along. So let's jump in. All right. So this is me and my delicious daughter, who just turned 22 years old. And this was us 13 years ago when I was just starting my business as a virtual assistant. And it was a really uncertain time for me when I started my business. And I know a lot of you are in a similar place. You're thinking like, how is this going to work? How am I going to do this? But here's the thing that happened. So, I'm 20 years old, a long time ago, 40 years ago. And I'm thinking, this is what I want my life to be at 30. This is what I want my life to be at 40. This is what I want my life to be at 50. And the thing that's interesting is I never went beyond 50. And that's something I just realized in the last few weeks. I never went beyond 50. And I think that's why when I got to 50 and none of the things that I thought would be in place were actually in place, it was actually the global, the like polar opposite. I kind of panicked and I thought, because I hadn't made a plan beyond 50, I thought, you're young, you're 20 and you're making these plans and you think, 50 is so old. It's actually not that old, right? And the thing is that I thought I would have a home. I thought I'd be happily married. I thought I would have financial, if not some financial freedom, at least some retirement savings. I thought that I would have a job. I thought that I'd be a mom, which I was. I thought I'd be happily married. I just had all of these things that I thought would be in place. So I slide into 50 and here's where I am. I'm selling my home because I haven't paid the mortgage for a year. Hello, right? I have 7 years of back taxes that not only need to be filed, they need to be paid. I've got all kinds of credit card debt because I'm trying to hold a business together. I'm trying to hold a business together that is failing in so many ways. In a lot of ways, it was successful, but not financially. And, that's kind of the bottom line. If you're not successful financially, it's hard to keep it together. Like I said, I don't have a job. I have this business that's hitting the skids and I'm getting divorced. So all of this perfect storm of craziness, and I have to figure out what I want to do. And I knew that I needed to turn it around because I wanted to do that for Emily. I wanted to do it for me. And I didn't really know what to do. I did know, however, that getting a job wasn't going to be the ticket. I knew that if I went and I got a job that, I was going to make 50, 60, even $80,000 a year, but it was going to be in this sort of slow boil on someone else's terms. And the amount, I've always been a hard worker, but the thing is that when you're working for someone else, that hard work doesn't always, translate into more money immediately, where when you have your own business, you lean into it, you make more money, you can make more money immediately, if you do what you need to do to make that business work. So I decided that I would do admin work because I was naturally good at it. I liked it. I liked helping people. I liked the whole concept of it. And so I temped a little bit and I realized, there's a market out there where people are paying more for me than I'm actually getting because that's how temping works, right? And so what I decided to do was go direct and just tell people that I was doing admin work. And the thing that was so interesting is that I was at this little bus stop one day and I just decided, one of the dads said, what's new? And I was like, here we go. And I said, I'm starting my own business, doing admin work. I don't have any clients yet, but I think it's going to be great. I really love this work. And his entire face changed because he needed someone. And I didn't know that. And here's the sad, sad truth is that if I had known that he had his own business, because last time I heard he had a job, I probably wouldn't have said anything because I would have thought, oh, he's going to think I want to be hired, instead of, oh, I could maybe help this guy who's dying, with all this administrative stuff. So keep that in mind, when you're telling people that you're the solution to their problem. You're not, you don't need to go looking for work in a way like, please help me, I'm so desperate, because you're not. It's just a matter of telling everybody that So if you are prospecting, I want you to stop. If you're prospecting, because it's really a waste of time, you just need to tell everybody all over the place. And I teach that in the Kickstart Your VA Business, how to start doing that. I teach that, go over to the Facebook group in the guides, look there. We're organizing our YouTube channel right now according to topics. So stand by, that'll be all set in the next couple of weeks and there'll be lots of resources for you guys. All right. So all of the work that I did to tell everyone that I knew, to get really clear about what kind of work I was doing, to get clear on my pricing, paid off. And in 2010, I launched Rocket Girl Solutions, my virtual assistant business, and I've worked with over 200 clients and I've made $1 million, well over $1 million, really like literally sitting in the chair that I'm in now in a corner of my bedroom, in a corner of my living room, in the dining room. And the first year I was in business, I made $70,000 doing VA work. And every year since then, I've made $100,000 for the next 10 years. And this is what it looks like now. kind of crazy. So I remarried at 60. You guys, 60 is like the new, I don't know, 30, right? Well, probably like the new 40. And, these are my stepsons, David, Charlie, Stephen, and Andy, with Emily and I, and my new husband, Greg. And we're going to celebrate our second wedding anniversary this summer, which is exciting. And everything is different. And it's different because I leaned into the concept of being self-reliant. I stopped looking outside myself for answers. I stopped thinking that the credit cards were in charge of me, or the bank was in charge of me, or the mortgage company was in charge of me. And I said, you know what? I am the boss of me. I am the one that gets to decide. And I rewrote the story. I literally rewrote the story, and I can breathe again. I can breathe again. People are not chasing me for money. I feel so on top of it. And it's a completely different life. And so now I'm sliding through my 60s. I'm sliding through my 60s. All right. Okay. So let's say hello to, it looks like Talara got sound back, and Arlene is from Winchester. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Okay. So if you are sitting at your desk thinking about the next improvement you want to make in your business, if you're like most people, being overwhelmed sets in immediately, right? So we're gonna talk about here how to bring a new skill into your wheelhouse when you so you see something you want to do, you don't know how to do it, you want to dive into it, but you get completely overwhelmed. So we're going to talk about what happens. Okay. So I've been there, every single thing that I've done, including start this community, I've been there. I had no idea how to do this, absolutely no idea. But the thing is, you can learn a little at a time, and you can really enjoy it. You can really enjoy it. So I want to, and as you can imagine, mindset is 100% of it, right? It's really 100% of it. Okay, so let's dive in, and I want to talk about what usually happens first. Okay, what happens when people start a new project, when they think about some big scary thing, like starting a business, right? Like starting a business. So, all right, so here's how it works. Okay, so you're sitting at your desk, you're thinking about the improvement that you want to make. So you want to update your website, or you want to put your LinkedIn profile out there, or you want to tell people that about your business. So there's this project that you want to do, and so let's and you get started. So let's say you're going to work on your calendar. Okay, you want to add Calendly or Acuity to your website, and you want to get it set up. So you decide it's time to do it. You sit down at your desk, and this is the right thing to do, because you want clients to be able to book time with you, and prospective clients, right? You want to put this link everywhere because you want clients to come to you. So let's say you choose Acuity because you've heard it's the best, and you really like it. You sign up for an account. You're feeling so excited. You're putting your credit card down, or you're using the free account, and you think, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to do this. It's going to be great. And then it's not. Right? And then it's not. And because you can't figure out how to connect your calendar, you don't understand how to set up the appointment reminders. And now you're completely overwhelmed, confused, and Google and YouTube are not helping. Right? And it feels like you've been working on this for hours and you're not making any progress. Like, how many of you have felt like that? Right? And then you start to beat yourself up, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. What was I thinking? I don't know anything about this. This is so stupid. Like, why am I even trying? What am I doing? Blah, right? All the things. So I want to hear from you if you felt like that. So please come in the chat. There's a whole bunch of you here across all different channels. So I want to hear from you, right? Like the stress that comes from that. And I want to hear why you think that happens. Like, why is it so stressful to learn something new? Write in the chat. Why is it stressful to learn something new? I have some ideas, but I want to hear from you guys. Why is it so stressful to learn something new? What happens that makes it so stressful? With age, I have brain fog. For Melanie, I doubt my own ability and I hate asking for help. Oh, the dreaded hate asking for help. Yep. Yep. What else? I have a fear that I won't be able, and then procrastination sets in. And then someone says that's probably an excuse. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because we have a bunch of stories that we tell ourselves, like, oh, I'm not, I'm not that this, I'm not something else. And Arlene says, for me, I'm feeling like it's going to take too much time to learn. And then my perfectionism, and then Kat says, you think you will fail to learn it correctly. Yeah. So do you see how when you go in with that mindset, you're kind of just like, it's not going to happen, right? You're just kind of in trouble starting out because what happens is there's like this pressure on your head, like, no, before you even start. And, the thing is there is a way to make it really fun. There is a way. And the thing is that here's what I've noticed recently. So my graphics guy and I, Mark, we have redone since December a lot of pages on the VA Connection. We redid the homepage, the testimonials page, the about page. We put videos on, a lot of different pages. And the thing is that I started feeling bad. So here's how I do it. I sketch out, like I make the sections, like this is what I want it to be. And then we meet and we do it one section at a time. In the past, I felt terrible about our progress the whole time we've done it until the end. And then I kind of go, well, I guess it's pretty good. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Okay. So for the days and the weeks, I torture myself with all of this negative thoughts. So then when we did the Done For You website in a box and the debit card course sales pages, I said to him, I'm not doing it that way anymore. And I don't even know if he knows that I was doing it that way, but I put a stake in the ground and I said, here is where we are right now. And I'm so excited. And it always turns out great. And we always do a good job. So let's celebrate this and the progress that we make as we go. And let's leave the feeling bad out of it, because we always, time after time, whether or not you go to the VA Connection and you think those are the best pages in the world or not, I love them. I love them. I love the yellow and the blue and the lines and I love those pages, and we poured ourselves into it. And so what I've learned is that by enjoying it during the process, it's so much more fun. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Yeah. And then Deborah says, yes, all the time, the chatter in my head. I know. All right. So let's talk about, let's talk about a new strategy when you take the pressure off, because here's what's happening. So you're sitting at your desk and you're like, all right, I'm going to do this project. And you're like, I should be doing this faster. I don't really know what I'm doing, and it's just like leaning in on you. And it's like, it's surprising that we ever get anything done because of all the pressure that we put on ourselves. Right. And so here's what happens. So we're splitting our thoughts. So half of our brain is trying to do good work. And the other one's like, you know what? You're not good at this. You suck. You're never going to figure this out. Why are you even trying? And can you see how there's like a fight in your head the whole time? It's like there's literally a fight. There's like two sides of you arguing and using your brain cells. And the thing is that, and then you've got, put on top of that, you've got this clock. And it's not like a nice tell you what time it is clock. It's like seconds, like tick, 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 tick. And can you see how that would get on your nerves, that you're watching the clock, you're putting all this pressure on yourself, and it's horrible. It's horrible. But I want you to know that with a mindset shift, it can be fun. So the first thing that you need to do, and I know you're going to struggle with this, but I want you to write this down. The first thing you need to do when you're about to learn something new is take yourself off the hook. And you need to tell yourself, I am not wasting time. I'm not wasting time, right? I'm learning something new and this is what it looks like. All right. I'm learning something new and this is what it looks like. And so you don't want to try to do this, whatever it is, when you have 20 minutes. That is a recipe for disaster. So when I want to learn something new, I do it on the weekend or at night, right? Because I don't have any expectations. Like the time that is precious to me, meaning I need to be on the clock and I need to be making things happen, is during the day, right? During the day. So what I do is I set time on Saturday or Sunday and I block it off. And I say to my family, I'm working on a new thing today. I'm not talking to you, or I wait until they go somewhere, like Greg plays sports on the weekends and that's my time. Because when he's home, sometimes I put pressure on myself, like, he's home and you're not, it's Saturday and you shouldn't be working and he's in the kitchen and what are you doing? So the thing is you've got to set yourself up in the beginning. Like, this is my time, and the thing is that even when you're struggling and you're in there, and if you're like me, you're swearing and you want to throw something, you're still learning. And the pieces that you're putting together, they'll come together. The thing is it's you want to create enough space so that you have the time to say, oh, look at that. Okay, I don't know how to do that. So let's look at that one piece. Let's Google that. Let's look at that one piece and not get all wrapped around the axle about all of it, right? So the thing is that learning something new takes time. Now, the first time that I set up the debit card system that you all can do in a short amount of time now, because all the steps are there, it took probably 2 entire days. It maybe even took more, because I was trying to figure out, like, how does Gravity Forms work? And how does this connect with this? And then how does Stripe work? And how does that work? And what happens to the client? And what happens to me? And how am I notified? I mean, it took me forever. I didn't just sit down and say, oh, I'm going to take credit cards. Let's just see what's happening here. It was way more than that. And then I documented it the next time I did it for a client, because it was so complicated, and it was 82 steps. 82 steps. Now, it's a lot simpler now because things have changed. But back then in the dark ages, when, credit card processing was not something you could do easily from your middle bedroom, it was a big deal. So I want you to think about this time as like dessert, like delicious. I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to click every button. I'm going to see what this is. And here's the thing. If you do one thing like that at a time, it all impacts everything else. There's something that you're going to learn when you're setting up MailChimp that's going to help you somewhere else. And you can't predict it, but 3 years from now, you're going to say, oh yeah, I know what that is. I know exactly what that is because I spent 3 hours with it. Just click this. I mean, all of those answers that I give you guys when you ask me questions and I'm like, boom, that's because I struggled with it, right? It's not like someone downloaded all the answers in my head and I'm like, the smartest person on the planet. Not at all. Every single thing that you guys ask me about, it's because been there, done that. All right. So I really want you to think about, how you can enjoy this and look at it now. So here's an example. Okay. So I started these short videos, right? Short format videos. I started about a month ago, and I said, I'm going to do it every day. And that's all I said. And I had no idea how to do it. I had bought a course a couple of years ago. I had to, I forgot how to get to the course, like just in case you think you're the only one. So I emailed the woman who's a friend of mine who created the course, and my subject line was, "This is embarrassing." And I was like, "Hi, Nika, like, I think I bought a course from you. Where is that?" And she's like, "Here you go." And I started doing the course. I'm only halfway done. I didn't wait till I did the course and I got memorized everything and got perfect at it. What I did was I started making the videos, and the first day I learned that 16 seconds is the sweet spot. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So now I'm doing 16-second videos, and I'm trying them in my car with the chicken, without a chicken, all these different things. I'm just trying them. And what I'm doing now is I'm collecting information on what works and what doesn't work. And I'm posting it on 4 different platforms. Now, I could have waited. I could still be waiting to finish the course, but I'm learning things. So then I decided, okay, I'm going to post it all the places, and I'm just going to tackle one platform. So I am tackling YouTube. And I thought it was going to take me, I don't know, like I thought YouTube, how complicated is YouTube? Like, what is YouTube, right? Because I've always kind of poo-pooed it for some reason. And so I decided to dive into it. And I thought I would be able to handle it on Saturday morning. I realized I've got hours left before it's optimized. But because I relaxed, I got all these ideas. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to change the titles of some of these videos, and we're going to put new graphics, new cover art, and we're going to zhuzh it up, and we're going to do all these things, because even though some of these videos are old, they're still valuable, and so you really want to think about, so when I decided I was going to do it in an hour and it was insignificant and I was going to be done, I left all the juice in the lemon, right? I left all the juice in the lemon, and I'm poking around, and I don't look at everybody's. I picked 5 people who I respect, and I looked at their YouTube, and I'm like, okay, like, what are they doing? What makes sense? And then we redid the banner. I thought, oh my gosh, the banner needs to be redone. Didn't occur to me, right? Didn't occur to me. Things have to hit me over the head. But by creating some space and some time to just relax into it, I'm learning all different kinds of new things. All right. So learning new things takes time. And so you need to just create the time. And you know what? If it takes me 3 weeks to do the YouTube channel, so what? I'm learning so much about YouTube. And now, honestly, if a client were to come to me and say, so I'm talking about it, right? So clients would see this, they would see that I'm working on it, and I'm doing it to increase visibility for our community, but because I'm allowing myself to enjoy it. Greg is saying to me, he's like, you are having way too much fun at work. Like, you just can't stop talking about it. The views are increasing. Everybody's going crazy. I'm like, I know, this is so much fun. Like, I just can't even wait until the end of the day to do this. Right. So that mindset shift is huge. Okay. Now, the other thing is, it takes patience to learn something new. It's not usually obvious. When I first looked at YouTube, I didn't understand like how to change the banner. I didn't understand the playlists. I didn't understand that you could impact the format. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything, but by relaxing and looking at what other people are doing and watching the course that I have and, thinking about it, I'm in the shower and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to do this. So I'm talking to one of my VAs this morning. We have a meeting every Tuesday morning. I'm like, let's just do one playlist. Let's do the pricing playlist. Let's totally zhuzh it up. Let's change all the things. It'll be really good. And then we'll learn a whole bunch, and then we'll do the other ones. And like I said, if it takes us 3 months, who cares, right? It's the change is forever, because now what we do, we understand it. We can just continue and build on it, So you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with yourself. And the reason it's so worth it is because you're expanding your business by learning how to set up Acuity or Calendly and taking the time to click all the links and to understand it. It's like you pull it inside your body, pull it inside your brain, and it's like you're understanding. It's like anything. You start to see, oh, this is how that works, and this is why that won't work. And then someone asks you a question, and you're like, oh yeah, and you can pull from your brain. You can pull from your brain, and it can be so much fun. But that is how I learned and expanded all my skills. So if you can really say to yourself, I'm going to learn something new. This is going to feel uncomfortable at times, but I'm going to I'm going to lean into it, and I'm going to look for the pleasure and the celebration. You have to look for the celebration. So, when I got the new YouTube banner yesterday, I'm at lunch with Greg and I'm like, look at the banner. He cares zero about the banner, but he cares about me. So he's like, oh, that's so great. And I know he doesn't care. I don't care that he doesn't care at all. But I'm telling my daughter, I'm like putting links everywhere. I'm like, look at this. I'm sending links to the chicken video that there's a video of me and Charlotte sitting on my lap, which I just love that video so much because she's just so animated and she's so relaxed. And she does that every single night. She sits on my lap. She did it last night. And, just thinking about, so I'm sending that to friends. I'm like, check this out. This is so fun. I'm really having a blast, and taking the learning, it just really lights my day up. It really does. Right? Good. So just realize that you're not wasting time. This is really valuable. Now, I don't want you to waste time. Okay. So here's what I mean by that. Here's where you waste time. When wasting time is trash talking yourself, not sitting in your seat, and complaining about it. That's wasting time. Leaning into it, even when you get mad and you have to be like, that's okay. It's all part of it. Being on the phone with tech support is never fun, but I always learn something. I always learn something. Something always clicks together. And honestly, sometimes it takes years. It literally takes 2 years. And then I think, oh, that's what they were talking about. That happens to me all the time. I think, oh, okay, or I think I hear it one way, and then later, like you see it happening in study hall all the time. You guys will ask me a question. There was a question the other day about something email, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember struggling with that. I remember probably the swear words I was saying while I was struggling with it. But now, boom, here's the learning that came from that. Okay. So just keep this all in mind. And yeah, so Michelle is here. Hello, hello. And Becky says she gets out of her comfort zone. I know. And Teresa joined us too. And Christiane, that's great. So if you can go into it now, this isn't going to be super simple. Like we're, with these websites, I did 7 or 8, or I don't even know how many pages before I stopped trash talking myself. And I sat down to do, the done for you website in a box. And I thought, okay, so we're going to start this. I can feel the tension in my shoulders. So let's relax our shoulders. Let's have a chat with ourselves. This always works out. You have plenty of time. You can do this. Just stay focused and it'll turn out. Oh, good. So Melanie says, I only got broadband via hotspot yesterday, but I've invested in Starlink, which should be delivered in France this week. That's great. That's awesome. Yes. You'll be back in the game. Yeah, I have a hotspot. I love that thing. It's so great. So really, learn phrases that you can say to yourself, like, this is fine. It always takes time. That's my investment. I'm investing in my business. I'm investing in my client's future by learning something. So I'd love to hear what you think about all this. It's so funny how we put the expectations on the outside of us when it's all an inside game. It's all an inside game. How we talk to ourselves, how we manage, how we cope. And it can take something that is as scary as setting up a new solution, telling people about your business, doing these short videos, which I didn't even know what a short format video was, and then deciding, this is how I think of it. I'm going to slay it. It's going to take some time, but I'm going to slay it. And then I just get so much satisfaction as I click through and understand how everything works and start to remember and bring it inside of me. So I invite you to really do that. Embrace, how you're feeling and how it's going, and definitely celebrate every little step. And the adrenaline will start going, and, you start to feel good about it. And you'll see learning can be fun. All right. So I want to just tell you a couple of things. Yeah. So someone says, thank you for the encouragement. It helps me to know that we are all struggling with the same thoughts. It's not just me. It's not just you. It's definitely not just you. And here's the thing, I've been thinking about this a lot. It's like, it's really, every single thing is about how we treat ourselves. It's about how we treat ourselves. And what happens is it gets faster. Where I'll just feel a little tension in my shoulders and I'll say, oh yeah, we're not doing that. Where it used to be, I had to fall in the hole. I have fallen in the hole so many times, you guys, I can't even tell you, but I started paying attention to the hole, and there's this sort of saying where it's like, you walk down the street and there's a hole and you fall in and you keep falling in the hole. And then you're like, oh, there's a hole. And you walk around the hole and you walk around the hole. And then one day you decide, I'm walking down a different street, people, and that's what happens. And that's what I've decided to do. And it's a conscious choice. So I want to tell you about 2 things. Okay. The first thing is we are having a conference. I am super excited. It's in San Antonio. It's October 21st and 22nd. We just opened the Facebook group to the participants on Friday. Is that right? On Friday. Really exciting. We've got a block of hotel rooms. I'm working with the caterers. We're going to have, so far we have 7 or 8 speakers. It's going to be amazing. So put that on your calendar and go over to TVAC, the VA Connection, tvaclive.com. Check it out. Sign up. There's still space. I'm very excited. And, especially all you people from Texas, get in your car. I know Texas is a big state, but make it a road trip, make it fun. You can share a hotel room with someone. There's lots of ways to make this economical, right? Lots of ways to make it economical. So definitely check that out. I'm really excited, and you'll learn more about that coming as it gets closer. And then guess what we're doing? We're kicking off the next Kickstart Your VA Business. It's going to be on August 7th. We're just opening up the Facebook group today. So if you are interested in getting 5 days of live support during, on how to start your business, very first steps, how to get clients, all of that, come on over to vakickstart.com. Sign up right there, get yourself in, and we're going to get started in less than a month. Okay, good. Well, thank you for coming. Thanks for staying late. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys right back here next week at the same time. All right. Bye for now.